Prologue. Night of the Kyuubi attack. Hold off the attack and wait for the fourth Hokage. One leaf ninja said. It's getting closer. Don't let it near the village. Another leaf ninja shouted, jumping backwards. 6 years later, Naruto had just got done having a meal at Ichiraka Ramen and was heading home. But he had to be quick, or the villagers would find him. The boys started running down the streets and into the alleyways in an effort to evade detection. While he was running, he accidentally collided with someone. Too afraid to look up, the blonde tried to run away. But the person decided to grab him by the arm, keeping him in place. Well, what do we have here? The person asked, looking down at Naruto with an evil glint in his eye. The guy was probably 5x the size of the young boy. Hey, everyone, it's the demon brat. There was that name again. Why does everybody call him that? Wondered Naruto with a feeling of pain and sadness in his heart. The sound of the man yelling attracted a huge group of about 15 people. Some were civilians and others were shinobi, chunin, and jonin alike. Instantly, the feeling of fear that he knew all too well washed over him. The boy knew if he tried to run, they would just catch him. He decided to take the chance anyway. He turned around and took off in the opposite direction. The mob chased him all the way to the other end of the street, where they cornered him in a back alley. It didn't take long for Naruto to realize that he was trapped. He turned back around and saw the mob slowly approaching his location. Once they were in close proximity, the shinobi took out their weapons and began to cut into his flesh, stabbing him in the legs, arms, and stomach. Then, to make matters worse, someone took out a bottle of sake and poured it all over his wounds, causing the boy to hiss in pain. Please stop, Naruto asked weakly. This only seemed to anger them more. Did you stop when we asked you to spare our loved ones? The mob screamed at him. What are you talking about? I haven't done anything to you people. I don't even know you. Naruto shouted at his attackers, trying to reason with them. You stupid demon. You killed all our families. You should just die already. Please, the blonde boy begged. I didn't do anything. I'm just a kid. They refused to listen to his pleas. Eventually, he just gave up and let it happen. After a while, the mob resorted to just beating on him relentlessly until he was knocked unconscious from a blow to his head. The last thing the blonde remembered seeing was black spots cloud his vision. Then he woke up in a different place, one he'd never seen before. Naruto looked around and saw that he appeared to be in a sewer. All he could feel was water up to his ankles. There was also a faint light coming from a distance. What the heck? Now, they just leave me to die in a sewer. What did I even do to deserve this kind of treatment? He screamed out in anguish. Subconsciously, he began to walk towards the light at the end of the tunnel. After a couple minutes of trudging through the water, Naruto came up to a giant golden cage. Out of the darkness came a giant red fox with 9 huge tails thrashing behind him. The boy noticed that the creature had giant, menacing red eyes with black slits in the center, along with huge fangs and claws. It took a couple seconds, but he soon recognized who this creature was. 2 things now bothered him. 1, where was he? 2, why was the Kyuubi in a cage? So my jailer finally decides to make himself known to me, said the gigantic fox, in his normal, deep, demonic voice. Your jailer? Naruto asked, confused with the entire ordeal. Yes, you are the Jinchuriki of the mighty Kyuubi no Kitsune. Suddenly, everything became clear. Now the boy understood why everybody hated him, why people called him a demon, and why they wanted him dead. So you're the 9-tailed fox, and I'm your jailer? How is that possible? I was sealed into your body by your dreaded 4th Hokage, the beast answered. So, where exactly are we? We're in your mindscape. So you're the reason everybody hates me. Naruto accused, lashing out at the monster. Yes, and I'm truly sorry for the torture those ignorant villagers put you through, the demon replied, concern and guilt in his voice. I have a question. What is it? Why did you attack the village? Naruto figured he might be able to get down to the bottom of things if he could perhaps continue to interrogate his prisoner. Truth be told, I never meant for any of that to happen. I was being controlled by an Uchiha using the Sharingan, the QB said, explaining his side of the story. So the Sharingan can be used to control the tail beast? He was hoping with his questions, he could possibly better understand the situation himself. Yes, that's correct, Kurama replies to Naruto's statement, surprised by the boy's level of understanding. Wasn't this kid only 6 years old? So it wasn't your fault. A small grin appeared on Naruto's face. The beast was truly surprised at Naruto's level of maturity. Can I ask another question? Go ahead. Who are my parents? Your father was Minato Namikaze, and your mother was Kushina Uzumaki. Naruto was shocked. His father was his hero, the fourth Hokage, and his mother was the legendary red-hot habanero. So my father was the fourth Hokage, aka the yellow flash of Konoha, and my mom was the red-hot habanero. He asked for confirmation, amazed with the lineage he now knew he was a part of. Yes, the fox answered, confirming Naruto's thoughts as true. Can you tell me about them? Maybe if he knew who they were, he might be able to help the boy gain a better understanding of what they were like. I'm sorry, I can't. I don't really know much about them. That's okay. I'll just ask old man Hokage, Naruto responded. He wasn't at all bothered by the fox's answer. In fact, he figured that would be the case. The QB was deep in thought, contemplating what he should do next. He decided he would try to train Naruto to be a strong ninja. After all, he couldn't have his jailer be pathetically weak now, could he? Hey, kid. Yes. Naruto looked back up at the creature. How would you like me to train you to become a really powerful ninja? Naruto was overjoyed. No one had ever offered to train him. Best of all, however, it was offered by the strongest Biju in the world, or so he thought. A/N. The 10 tails is the strongest. There were still a few things he needed answered, though. Before we train, I have a question. What is it? Not surprised he's already asked the fox like 5. The beast went over in his head. Needless to say, Kurama was getting slightly irritated with the blonde's barrage of questions. What's your name? I mean, it can't actually be QB, can it? Now he was even more shocked. No one ever asked him that question. It's Kurama. Kurama. Huh, interesting name. Nice to meet you, Kurama. My name's Naruto Uzumaki. You're different from my other jailers, Kurama announced, memories of his past flooding all of a sudden. That's not a bad thing, is it? Naruto asked, worry laced in his voice. No, it's not, the fox assured. I'm just not used to people being nice to me is all. That's sad. You don't seem like a bad guy to me. Anyway, Kurama began, trying to change the subject. Before we begin training, there's something we need to do. What would that be? I need access to your senses if you want me to be able to train you. It'll allow me a better understanding of your skills, so we could accommodate them accordingly. This will also heighten your natural attributes a great deal, allowing your sense of smell, sound, sight, and taste to be far greater than any other human being. Okay, Naruto said with a smile. Then he realized something. How do I do that? You see that seal on the gate? Kurama pointed a claw at the paper with a kanji on it, located in the middle of the gate. Rip off half of it, and then I'll tell you the next step. But how am I supposed to reach it? Is he expecting Naruto to jump or something? I'll help you. Kurama started to lift Naruto in the air with his chakra, just until he was at the seal. Once there, Naruto took no hesitation in ripping it in half, allowing it to float into the water and vanish from sight. It was almost like it was never there. Kurama then pushed open the gates and walked out until he was in front of the blonde. Now you just fist bump with me, and the merger will be complete. The blonde fist bumped with the giant creature. Suddenly, a surge of energy was felt throughout his entire body. He could now hear all the separate drips of water within his mind and smell the scent of himself and Kurama. The instant stimuli disoriented him, and he fell into Kurama's paw. A couple seconds later, he was recovered. That felt weird. One more thing. The fox spoke up, grabbing the boy's attention once more. Can you change the appearance of this place? It's kind of drab and depressing. Sure. How do I do that? Just imagine what you want the place to look like, and it will be presented out here. Naruto imagined a simple Konoha training ground. The sun was high in the sky, and there were a couple benches, along with beautiful green hills. To his amazement, the room took on the appearance of the image he saw in his mind. Nice choice, Kit, the beast praised, admiring the landscape that now surrounded him. I'm much better than before. Now, how can we train? The boy asked, getting a little impatient. Not right now, Kurama replied. You have to wake up. Old Man Third needs to know you're okay. Oh, and another thing you should know. Now that I have access to your senses, we can communicate telepathically, so we can talk anytime we want. Now wake up. I'm going to rest for a while. All right, Naruto relented. Talk to you later, Kurama. The blonde could feel himself waking up as he slowly drifted from the mindscape. When he opened his eyes, all he could see was white walls and ceilings. He heard the sound of a heart monitor to his left. From the pressure underneath him, he could tell he was laying in a bed. A soft pillow was beneath his head, and there was a comfy blanket covering him. With this info, he knew he was in a hospital. The blonde felt discomfort at the realization. He hated hospitals. Deciding to sit up, he looked to his right and noticed the third Hokage was asleep in chair next to his bed. Hey, Gigi, wake up, the boy said, trying to rouse the old man from his subconscious. Oh, Naruto, you're up. Are you okay? I'm Yufine. I'm used to it by now, Naruto replied, absent-mindedly. He was too busy thinking back on how often his nights ended this way. The only difference now is that he met the Nine Tails this time. The boy's answer saddened the old man. It was completely insane that this happened often enough for it to become a normal thing for the young boy to deal with. Curse those villagers. Why didn't you tell me that I had the Kyuubi sealed inside me? Naruto asked, shocking the third out of his own thoughts. How did Naruto know about the Kyuubi? Did someone tell him? The Hokage decided to voice his thoughts, asking, how do you know about that? The Leaf Village's leader was really starting to worry. Kurama told me. Naruto answered plainly. Who's Kurama? The man asked, getting suspicious. Was there someone in the village who broke the oath made 6 years ago? The Nine-Tailed Fox. That's his name, Naruto explained. Oh, was the third's only response. At least he didn't have to worry about someone trying to cloud Naruto's mind with hatred and anger towards the village. I mean, that's what he hoped the Kyuubi wasn't trying to do by telling Naruto about the events of his birthday. He also told me about my parents, the blonde announced, giving the old man a serious look. Well, that was unexpected. I am Sorin Naruto. I know you must be mad, but I had made a law that no one ever tell you. However, I was going to tell you about your parents after you were made Chunin, the Hokage assured, trying to explain his reasons behind the choice he had made to hide the truth from the child. You see, your father had a lot of enemies. He wanted you to be able to protect yourself from any harm they may cause. I understand, Gigi-sama. You don't have to worry. I get it, Naruto reassured the old man. I'm glad you're not upset, Naruto. Did Kurama tell you anything else? Yay. He said he was going to train me to be a really powerful ninja. Naruto responded, excited for his training to begin. That's wonderful, Naruto, the third replied, still not sure if he was okay with that idea. But are you sure you can trust him? The Hokage asked, worried. He wanted to be absolutely sure that the fox was not deceiving the child. It seems questioning Naruto was the only way to do that, so he put up with it. Yeah, I can. He isn't evil or anything. I mean, he does have a lot of anger towards humans. But it's okay. In fact, the Kyuubi attack 6 years ago wasn't even his doing. How so? The Hokage questioned. Now he was extremely nervous. He was being controlled by an Uchiha with the Sharingan, Naruto answered, explaining his previous statement. Oh, once again, this was the Hokage's only response. Speaking of training, Naruto, I've decided to enroll you in the academy next year. That way you'll be able to start your first step to becoming a ninja, the man informed the boy with a smile on his face. That's awesome, Gigi, the blonde shouted, forgetting the honorific due to his excitement. That gives me a year to train with Kurama, so I'll be even stronger when I join. That's great, Naruto. The Hokage is going to have to watch his training closely. The man was still not sure he likes the idea of the demon teaching the boy. Now, I wanted to come by my office tomorrow. There's a couple of things I want to give you. Oh, and you're free to go whenever you want. Naruto immediately jumped out of bed and hugged the third. Then he ran out the door, probably the happiest he's ever been in his entire life. Training ground number 3. All right, Kurama, what's first? Naruto asked the fox, using their new telepathic link. First, I want you to learn the Shadow Clone Jutsu. With your chakra, you won't be able to create regular clones. The SCJ gives you memory feedback, which allows you to retain the memories of your clone's experiences. This, in turn, will help you further your training at a faster pace. Meaning, what would take 1 month to learn normally would only take 3 days if you were to use 10 clones, the fox replied. So, I'll be able to become stronger, even faster? Awesome. So first, do you know what chakra is? Not really. I should have known. You are only 6 years old after all. So, there are 2 distinct energy sources that you have, physical and spiritual. Physical is the energy within your body's billions of cells, and spiritual is your training and experience. When you combine these 2 energies, it creates chakra, which is the ability to use all types of jutsu, i.e. ninjutsu, jinjutsu, fuinjutsu, etc. But in order to use these effectively, you need to augment your chakra control. This will be harder for you because of your massive chakra reserves. All right, I'm ready, Naruto announced, taking it all in. How do I do the SCJ? What you need to do is form a cross with the pointer and middle finger of both your hands and gather chakra. Whilst doing this, picture yourself splitting multiple times. With your chakra reserves, it should be easy for you. Okay, I'll give it a try. Naruto did what he was told, gathering chakra around his body and imagining himself splitting in 2. Due to his lack of chakra control, about 200 Narutos showed up. Both the blonde and Kurama were amazed at how many there were. To begin, we'll have half of your clones practice chakra control by doing some tree climbing. The other half will be practicing taijutsu. Taijutsu does not require chakra. But that does not mean you can't use chakra in taijutsu. In fact, using chakra in taijutsu will actually make you stronger and faster than you already are. All right, everyone, Naruto said, turning to the clones. You know what you need to do. Half of the clones practiced walking up a tree, quickly realizing too much chakra, and the bark breaks. Too little chakra causes you to slip. The other half started practicing their taijutsu. While his clones were working, Kurama gave Naruto a training regiment. This way, he could strengthen his body and increase his speed, because those traits would not be passed from the clones. Okay, kid, I want you to do 30 laps around the training ground. Next, do 100 push-ups, followed by 50 sit-ups. You're going to be doing this every day, the beast instructed, secretly enjoying the look of exasperation on his student's face. Are you crazy? Is this fox serious? I can't do that. Yes, you can, and you will. Now do it, the beast commanded. Naruto begrudgingly began to do his exercise. Once he was done, it was around 12 o'clock. Kurama told him to dispel his clones 20 at a time. The entity noticed Naruto was dazed and gave him some advice. Don't take time to sort through the memories. You have a knowledge. In battle, 1 second is all it takes for you to be defeated. Okay, good to know. Now that you have your clone's memories, walk up the tree. Naruto walked towards the tree and subconsciously put in just the right amount of chakra into his feet. He put 1 foot on the trunk, followed by the second one, and proceeded to walk all the way up the tree before coming back down. Wow, that was easy and awesome. Don't get too excited. That was just the first step. Tomorrow we will do water walking, which takes slightly less chakra, causing it to be more difficult. But for now, I want you to check out some books on chakra theory, fuinjutsu, ninjutsu, and taijutsu. Have your clones read them, and then dispel them when they're done. That should make your training progress even further. While they're doing that, you can go into town and get a few things. Naruto created the clones and sent them to the library. Then he headed into town. So what do we need to get Kurama? First some ninja tools, then some food, and finally new clothes. But whenever I try to buy stuff from the store, I'm kicked out or overcharged. He explained, anger laced in his voice. That's why I'm going to teach you the transformation jutsu. The demon explained, clearly annoyed. Does this kid not realize that he has a plan? All you have to do is gather chakra around your body and imagine a person you want to look like. It's very similar to how you change the appearance of your mindscape. Naruto began gathering chakra and imagined the body of a random ninja he saw during one of the attacks against him. After he transformed, the boy purchased a kunai and shuriken set, along with some blast tags and training weights. Kurama told him that he would need them to increase his speed and strength. For food, he got eggs, milk, some fruits and veggies, and any other food that would be considered healthy. Then he went to the clothing store and purchased some black shinobi sandals, white shorts, a black shirt with a red Uzumaki crest on the back, a shuriken pouch for his right hip, a kunai holster for the outside of his right leg, followed by some wrappings to hide the weights. He also decided to buy a black jacket with a white Uzumaki crest on the back. This completed his new fashion style. It goes without saying that he now looked like a real shinobi and was ready for all of his training. The next day, Naruto woke up bright and early, put on his weights, which were 20 pounds on his legs and 10 pounds on his arms. He wrapped them up, ate a nice breakfast of eggs, bacon, and pancakes. Then he took a shower, got dressed, did his routine, and finally headed to the Hokage Tower. Hokage Tower. Once Naruto got to the tower, he ran up the stairs and knocked on the door. He waited till he heard it come in and strolled inside to see what the old man had to give him. Hey Gigi, what did you want to give me? Naruto asked excitedly. Is it you, Naruto? I almost didn't recognize you with your new clothes. Yep, it's me. Kurama taught me the transformation jutsu, so I was finally able to buy stuff without getting kicked out or overcharged, Naruto answered, grinning sheepishly. I'm glad. Now, about why I asked you here. I wanted to give you a few things from your parents. Oh, what are they? Well, first, there is a map to the Namikaze compound that your parents had. The house uses a blood seal, though, so only you or anyone you allow and will be able to enter. Second, I wanted to give you some scrolls from your parents. They contain the various jutsu they knew. These include the chakra chains, which is a bloodline in the Uzumaki clan, the flying Hiraishin, the jutsu that allowed your father to teleport, and what gave him the name Yellow Flash. The third thing I wanted to give you is the money that your parents left you. Inside the house, under your parents' bed, is a secret entryway to a room that contains all the money they had. I hope these things will help you in the future. You may go now. With all of that finished, Naruto left the tower and followed the map to his house. When he got there, he unlocked the blood seal and walked inside. The next 10 minutes or so was spent searching around the compound. The place had 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 2 training grounds, plus a huge kitchen and dining room. Then he went to his parents' room, lifted the bed, and walked down the hidden stairs into the secret vault, which was what he decided to call it. Naruto was astonished. There was easily enough money to last his lifetime, and then some. Hey, Kurama, I've been thinking, maybe I should act stupid and loudmouth during the academy. That way I can impress and surprise everybody later. Plus, the villagers won't see me as a threat and try to attack me, hopefully. That's a good idea, Kit, Kurama answered, already thinking of all the things the boy could do to surprise people, using that tactic that CH1, enter Naruto Uzumaki. 6 years later. It was a beautiful day in Konoha. The trees were green, the village was quiet. Not a sound could be heard. Naruto Uzumaki can be seen running from some Chunin-level ninja with a bucket of paint, laughing at the fact that they can't catch him. Ah, 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 ah. Naruto, get back here. You've really crossed the line this time, one of the Chunin shouted at the boy, continuing to chase him all over the place. Give it up. You're just jealous cause you don't have the guts to do what I did. Ah, losers, vannabis. You'll never catch me. With the Hokage. The Hokage was in his room, painting a symbol on a scroll, when a random ninja popped in. Lord Hokage, he shouted, grabbing the old man's attention. I hope you're not bothering me with some trivia, and don't tell me it's Naruto again. The somewhat grumpy Hokage replied. It is Naruto again. He climbed up the great stone monument and put graffiti all over the Hokage, the ninja informed. Back with Naruto. Naruto continues to bounce up and down the walls of the buildings, evading capture. He quickly runs down the street, allowing them to follow after him. Unknown to them, though, Naruto was hiding behind a cloth that was designed to look like the fence. Once they're gone, he pulls down the cloth and continues to laugh at their lack of skill. Ah, ah, ah. That was too easy. Oh yeah, Naruto. Some scared-faced ninja shouted, announcing his presence behind the boy. Ah, where'd you come from, Irika-sensei? What are you doing here? Naruto accused, turning around after he fell on his butt. Was that too much? No. What are you doing here? You're supposed to be in class. Academy classroom. Naruto is currently tied up in the center of the class, being scolded by Irika-sensei. I'm at the end of my rope here, Naruto. /N, pun intended. You failed the graduation test last time, and the time before that. Now you have another chance. And you're messing up again. Naruto grunted in fake indignation. That was on purpose, he replies in his head. I started twitching in irritation. But because you missed it, Naruto, everyone will review the transformation jutsu. A series of amens and groans were heard throughout the classroom. Time skip. All right, Sakura here. Let's do it. Transform, the Pinkette declared. A poof was heard, and in her place was a copy of Irika. Transform into me. Good. The teacher says, writing something on his notepad. I did it. I did it. Sasuke, did you see that? Sakura says, turning to her crush. The boy in question chose to ignore her. Rejected, she walked back to her place in line. Next, Sasuke Uchiha, Irika announced. Sasuke, who doesn't even say anything, transforms almost perfectly. The height of the transformation was off by a few inches. Good. This is a total waste of time, Naruto. A boy with a pineapple haircut says from his spot to the right of the blonde. Yeah, we always have to pay for your screw-ups. A second student, this one being a girl with platinum blonde hair, continues, following up on the boy's statement. Like I care, Naruto replied to their whining, pretending to actually be bothered by what they were saying. Next, Naruto Uzumaki. Should I give them a surprise, Kurama? He asked the fox using his mental connection with the demon. Yes, it'll be hilarious seeing their reactions. Kurama laughs, already thinking about it. Transform. Naruto transforms into Irika perfectly, shocking the entire class. Bet you weren't expecting that, were you? He says with a smirk on his face. He did it perfectly, even better than the Uchiha. Good job, Naruto. Perfect score. Smiling, Irika placed a 100 by his blonde student's name. Hokage Monument. You're not going home until you've cleaned off every drop of paint. Irika yelled from his spot above, where the boy was suspended in the air with rope. Naruto stopped washing the paint and glared at his teacher. Like I care. It's not like there's anybody at home waiting for me. Irika felt empathy for Naruto's present situation. It was a lot like his childhood. Maybe you should reward him with some ramen, Irika mused, to congratulate him for acing the transformation jutsu. Hey, Naruto. Naruto stopped his cleaning once more. What do you want now, sensei? The boy asked with a fake scowl on his face. I was thinking, maybe after you're done, we could go out for some ramen. The good stuff, what do you think? I'll have this done in no time then. The boy was actually excited. Even though he ate healthier now, ramen was still his favorite food. Ichiraku ramen. Naruto, why would you do that to the Hokage faces? I mean, you know who the Hokage are? Don't you? The scared Chunin asked the boy, who was hungrily scarfing down noodles. Of course I do. They were the best shinobi of their time, right? Best of the best, undefeated ninja champs. And the fourth Hokage is the one who saved the village from the nine-tailed fox. By sealing it in him, Naruto added as an afterthought. He was the most amazing. Then why would Dash, the Chunin, started asking before the 12-year-old cut him off? Because I'm going to be better than all of them. Me, Naruto, the next Hokage, a ninja legend. Then everybody will have to stop disrespecting me and look up to me. Academy next day. The final exam will be on the clone jutsu. When you hear your name called, please proceed to the next room. Irika instructed his class. Scene skip. All right, Naruto. All you need to do is create 3 identical clones. Irika explained, really hoping Naruto finally passes and fulfills his dream of becoming a ninja. Sensei, can I do a different kind of clone jutsu? I guess. Shadow clone jutsu, Naruto exclaimed, putting his hands up in the cross symbol. 3 solid clones of the blonde poofed into existence. Those are solid clones. He's mastered an extremely advanced jutsu. Great job, Naruto. You graduate. Come pick a headband. Irika congratulated, whilst gesturing to the many headbands that were folded up neatly on the desk. Do you have any in black? Yeah, here you go. Irika handed him a black Konoha headband that was in a drawer to his left. Thank you, Naruto says, grabbing the object from Irika's hand. Piece of cake, he says to the fox in his mind. Walking out of the room with the item in his hand, he surprised every one of his classmates. Nice job, Dobe, the raven-haired boy, who almost did as well as him on the transformation test, said. He was congratulating, but also insulting the blonde at the same time. Naruto knew this, of course. I can't believe you passed, but you'll still never be as good as Sasuke, the pinkette declared with a smug look on her face. You're right, Naruto replies, with a smirk on his face. I'm better. What did you say, loser? Does this guy really think he is as good as him? The boy was an Uchiha? That alone means he's better. Wow, I thought you were cool and level-headed. I didn't think you'd be angered so easily. Naruto was clearly mocking the boy, and it was working. Sakura was angry that Naruto made fun of her precious Sasuke. She went to hit him, but he easily dodged, shocking everyone in the room once again, even Sasuke. But he wouldn't show it. I would appreciate it if you didn't try to hit me anymore. Thank you and goodbye. The only thought going through everybody's head as Naruto left was, is that the same Naruto? Sasuke ran outside after Naruto in a fit of rage. If you're so much better than me, then fight me and prove it. Why should I? I don't have to prove myself to you, the blonde retorted, continuing to walk away. Sasuke became even angrier and ran at Naruto to prove him wrong, to show him that he was the best in the class. Everyone came outside to watch Sasuke put Naruto in his place. But what happened next shocked them to their core. Right as Sasuke was about to punch Naruto in the face, the usually annoyingly happy blonde had grabbed Sasuke's hand, flipped him over his head, and slammed him on the ground. Naruto then grabbed a kunai from his weapon's pouch and held it to Sasuke's throat. He kept it there for a few seconds, then walked away, leaving everyone wondering what the heck just happened. The next day, Naruto woke up to the sound of his alarm blaring through his house. He reached over and smashed the snooze button. What time is it, Kurama? It's about 8 a.m. You should get ready to go to the academy for the last time. Oh yeah, I get my team placements today. Yep, who do you think you'll get on your team? Naruto sat up in his bed. Well, let's see. I'm registered as the dead last in the school. So to even out the team's abilities, they'll probably put Sasuke on my team. Naruto was slightly annoyed with that outcome. He did not like the Uchiha's attitude. Then we need one Kunoichi on each team. They're probably going to reform Ino Shikacho, so that rules out Ino. Hinata has to be a Kugen, so they're most likely not going to put 2 powerful Dojutsu on the same team. That leaves only Sakura, or, as I like to call her, the fangirling Banshee. Wow, I feel for you, kid. Thanks to his telepathic connection to the blonde, Naruto's experiences with his classmates were also Kurama's experiences. so he knew how aggravating they could be, especially the Uchiha and his pink-haired fangirl. Well, that's how it is. I guess. I can finally guarantee that the universe hates me with a passion. Maybe they'll be better than you think. Kwama was trying to give him some reassurance, even though he himself doubts the statement. Nevertheless, I had better get ready. Naruto really was excited. He may not be happy with his teammates, but he knew he'd finally get to show everybody his skills. Well, some of his skills. Wouldn't want to ruin all the surprises now, would he? He took a shower and began to get dressed in black umbu pants with wrappings around his legs to hide his weights. A slash in Naruto's weights have increased to 50 pounds on his arms and 70 his legs. Naruto's training regimen has also increased to 200 laps around the training ground, 150 one-handed push-ups for each arm, and 300 sit-ups. He does this before he starts training and at night before he goes to bed. He wears black shinobi sandals, a sleeveless fishnet shirt, a black zip-up jacket with a crimson-red Uzumaki crest on the back, his kunai holster on his outer right leg, just above the bandages, and his shuriken pouch on his hip, along with a couple sealing scrolls filled with extra weapons, such as blast tags, smoke bombs, and some lightning tags that he created himself. Over the 6 years of training, Naruto's Fuinjutsu skills have increased to apprentice level, meaning he can now create his own seals in a matter of seconds. His taijutsu has increased to near Jonin level, making his speed with the weights almost as fast as most umbu. His chakra control has only reached high Chunin level due to the massive amounts of chakra that he has. If he had less, it'd probably be about Sannin level. He can now fight on top of water for an hour at a time, and a tree about 3 hours at a time. His ninjutsu skills have increased to about high Jonin level, meaning he could do hand seals much faster, almost completely undetected by the Sharingan. The jutsu he has in his arsenal are the Hiration from his father. Because of his Fuinjutsu being so high, he has made a new formula. Now he's even faster than Minato was. He also possesses the chakra chains from his mother. He can now form the chains, but has some trouble maintaining them for more than a couple minutes at a time. And finally, he has Futon de Tapa, wind release great breakthrough. His Jinjutsu skills have increased to low Chunin, allowing him to sense, enact, and break EC level Jinjutsu. After Naruto got dressed, he had a nice breakfast of eggs, hash browns, and waffles, along with a glass of milk. Then he headed out the door to the academy, ignoring the hateful glares and words that were thrown his way. No matter what they said, he just smiled at them and walked away. Time skip academy. Naruto walked into the class, a smile still on his face due to his excitement of finally becoming a ninja. Everyone else was still thinking about what happened yesterday. They shrugged it off, figuring it was just luck. This was due to the idiotic look present on his face as he walked in. Yeah, they still thought he was weak. They're in for a huge surprise. Iruka walked in, expecting to have to calm the class down, but instead he was surprised at how quiet it was. He decided to just go with it. Less work for him this way. Now, before we start, Iruka began to speak, addressing his former students. Due to unforeseen consequences, Mizuki will not be joining us today. He noticed the confusion on everyone's face. He was not allowed to divulge any more info than what he had already told them. So he thought it best to change the subject and continue class as usual. Now graduates, I'm proud to tell you that your lives as shinobi are about to begin. Right now, you're at the lowest level of ninja, genin. I'm fully confident you'll all be wonderful shinobi. To begin, you will all be sorted into 3-man cells with a Jonin sensei as your team leader. Listen closely for your name. The Chunin began listing team numbers and the names of the students who belonged to that specific team, as well as who their instructor would be. Naruto tuned him out until he heard his name spoken. Team 7 will be Naruto Uzumaki, said Blonde, lifted his head, and started to pay attention once more. Sasuke Uchiha and Sakura Haruno. Yes, see, I'm on the team with Sasuke. In your face, Ino. The Pinkette yelled to a female student, now known as Ino, who was seated behind her. Don't get in my way, Dobe. Sasuke jeered in a smug tone to his new teammate, trying to get the blonde to lash out like the moron Sasuke thought he was. But to everyone's utter surprise, Naruto didn't retaliate by calling Sasuke a team. The boy in question completely ignored the Uchiha's obvious baiting. This did not go over well for the brooding boy. Sure, Sasuke himself may ignore people, but he absolutely hated it when people did the same to him. His mindset was that he should be treated like royalty, and anyone he spoke to should be honored that they were even worth his time. Hey, I'm talking to you, idiot. Naruto still didn't rise to the challenge. I'm sorry, did you say something? He turned towards the Uchiha, blinking owlishly. As of now, the entire class, even Iruka, had their mouths hanging open. They for sure thought he was going to do something in his usual, loud-mouthed, idiotic way. With Hiruzen and the Jonin senseis. The Jonin were watching the class through the crystal ball, and they too were bewildered by Naruto's lack of immaturity. Like everyone else, they were led to believe that Naruto was loud and obnoxious. Yet what they were seeing was the complete opposite. Everyone in the room's sweat dropped at Naruto's Kakashi-like reaction towards Sasuke that he himself would use on Guy. Great, another one. Let's hope he doesn't adopt Kakashi's tardiness as well, they all thought. I thought he was supposed to be a loud-mouthed brat. One of the Jonin, who was smoking a cigarette, remarked. Yeah, me too, said another one of the instructors. It was a woman with midnight black hair and dark red eyes. Instead, he's actually quite mature. It would appear Naruto has fooled us all, the Hokage says, pretending to have been deceived like everybody else. If he's not actually loud and obnoxious, it makes you wonder what else he's been hiding. Another one of the Jonin spoke up. His tone came across as uncaring, but he was actually quite intrigued. Yet totally, everyone announced in agreement with the man. For all we know, he could be hiding his true strength. Kakashi figured he shouldn't underestimate him. His Genin team might not be so boring after all, the lazy-sounding teacher added as an afterthought. Why do you think he did it, though? Asked the same dark-haired female instructor. Who knows? Maybe we will find out soon. For now, it shall remain a mystery, the old Hokage conceded. Even though he knew of Naruto's act, he still did not know everything about how strong the boy actually was. Wait, the lazy Jonin yelled, getting everybody's attention. Isn't he supposed to be wearing a neon kill-me orange jumpsuit that would make him easily noticed in the field? Instead, he looks like a real shinobi. Usually, the man could keep his emotions in check. But with all this new info about Naruto that pretty much disregards everything they knew about him before today, he was unable to keep up his emotionless stupor. Even though we're surprised at Naruto's behavior, you got to admit, the look on Sasuke's face is priceless, he says, not even trying to suppress his laughter. Everyone else just silently agreed. Back in the classroom, Iruka had finally gotten over his shock and continued reading off the squad assignments. Team 8 will be Hinata Hyuga, Kiba Inuzuka, and Shino Aburame. I can't believe Sakura's on Sasuke's team, Ino grumbled, a dejected look on her face. What do you even see in a guy like that? He's not that special, a boy with a pineapple haircut said in his usual lazy tone. You are so beyond clueless, Shikamaru. Don't you get it? Ino said, replying to the boy's question with another one. Shikamaru sighed. No, I don't get it, because I'm not a girl. You are so full of yourself. Jealousy is a terrible thing. I'd hate to be on your squad, the platinum blonde declares with a smug look on her face. Team 10 will be Ino Yamanaka, Shikamaru Nara. The Chunin continues reading. Did you say something about hating to be on my squad? Shikamaru said with a huge smirk on his face. Iruka chose to ignore that response. And Choji Akimichi. Not the food guy too, Ino groans, causing a chubby kid who was eating chips to turn and glare at her. Those are all the squads. Come back here after lunch, and wait for your Jonin senseis to come and pick you up. Iruka turned and left the room, followed by other students who were heading off to eat with their friends. Sasuke walked out of the room with his hands in his pockets, and Sakura followed, so they could get to know each other better, especially now that they were teammates. She completely forgot about Naruto. The blonde, on the other hand, was waiting till everyone had left the room. When he saw that the coast was clear, he jumped out the window and walked up the wall to the top of the academy building. Now he could eat his lunch in peace and quiet. With Sasuke, he didn't notice Sakura following him. The Raven was too busy thinking about how much Naruto has changed. He was totally expecting him to retaliate when he harassed him. But lo and behold, Naruto flat out ignored him. Then there was also that fight they had yesterday. The blonde completely defeated him in one move. Sasuke was angry. As an Uchiha, he was supposed to be the best. He was also confused, because wasn't Naruto supposed to be the dead last? So how had he just defeated him so easily? The boy couldn't understand and decided to chalk it up to Naruto being lucky and catching him off guard. After all, no one could defeat him, right? Sasuke was brought out of his thoughts when he realized Sakura was talking to him. "Hey Sasuke, do you want to have lunch together?" the young girl asked, a small blush on her face. "No," he replied, absolute contempt in his voice. "But I thought that, since we are a team now, we should get to know each other better," Sakura reasoned, full of hope that really shouldn't have been there in the first place. The object of her affection never paid any attention to her whatsoever. Nevertheless, she continued to adore him. "Why would I want to get to know you better? You're useless and not worth my time. Why don't you go ask Naruto? He's your teammate as well." Sasuke was already starting to lose his patience with her. "Naruto is the one who is useless. He is just a loud-mouthed idiot who pranks everyone all the time," the Pinkette retorted. "That is because he has no family to tell him not to. He's lucky. If I did that, my parents would scold me. Alone, isolated. Huh? It's not about being scolded by your parents. You have no idea what it means to be alone. Mun." He thought he hated her before. Sakura knit her eyebrows in confusion. "Wow, why are you saying that?" "Because you're annoying," he answered, leveling her with a glare. A hurt expression crossed Sakura's face before she decided to walk away and leave Sasuke alone for now. Time skip after lunch, Naruto's POV. Every other team senseis have come and taken their Chunin, leaving only Team 7. Sakura was clearly annoyed with the present situation. Why is our sensei the only one who's late? She screamed her head off, annoying both her fellow teammates in the process. "Will you shut up?" Sasuke demanded, glaring at her once again. "I'm Sora Suzuki." Sakura quieted down after that. "If they're this late, our sensei is probably Kakashi Hatake. He's infamous for being 3 hours late to almost everything," Naruto said calmly, a grin on his face due to his teammates' reactions. "What?" they both shouted. "Don't worry," Naruto said. "I will punish him for being late." Naruto picks up one of the chalk erasers and ties some ninja wire around it. He then ties the wire around a pot holder right above the door and sets it in between the door and the frame. Then he ties even more ninja wire around the doorknob, the other end held firmly in his hand. This will allow him to slam the door in the man's face. After 10 minutes, Kakashi finally shows up. Kakashi's POV. Now that it's been at least 3 hours, Kakashi figured he should go and get his team. Once the silver-haired Jonin got there, he noticed that Naruto was trying to pull a prank on him. So that part wasn't an act, he confirmed. The lazy man chose to fall for it on purpose. He figures, what's the worst the kid could do, right? Naruto's POV. The blonde knows that Kakashi is going to fall for his stunt on purpose. That's why he made it better. "Guys," he said, grabbing the attention of his teammates. "I'm positive Kakashi is going to fall for my prank purposefully, which is why I made it more complex. Watch, it's going to be hilarious." Once Kakashi stuck his head in the doorway, the eraser fell on his head. He jumped backwards, causing the eraser to swing forward and come back just as he was walking into the room. The object hit him in the eye. Naruto proceeded to yank on the end of the wire that he had in his hand, slamming the door in Kakashi's face, giving him a bloody nose. Naruto couldn't hold in his laughter and started chortling like a maniac, probably scaring his teammates in the process. Third-person POV. Kakashi opened the door once more. He came in and glared at Naruto. Naruto stared at him in response, a serious and evil look in his eyes. That's what you get for being late, Kakashi Hitaki. Do it again, and it'll only get worse, Naruto said in a creepy sing-song voice. Kakashi got the hint and vowed never to be late again. He did not want to think about what else Naruto would do to him. But one thing confused him. How did Naruto know who he was? I won't, he promises, fear evident in his voice. He tried to hide it, but Naruto could still sense it. Meet me on the roof, the man instructs before shining away. Sakura and Sasuke started walking out of the classroom and toward the stairs. Naruto, on the other hand, jumps out the window and runs up the wall, just like he did during lunchtime. When Naruto reaches the top, he jumps over the railing and lands in front of Kakashi, scaring the crap out of the Jonin Cyclops. After a couple minutes, Sakura and Sasuke come up the stairs onto the roof. They were shocked to see Naruto already there. He didn't even pass us, they both thought. Hey dope, how'd you get here so fast? Naruto turns around. I just walked up the side of the wall, he answers like it was nothing, while gesturing to the edge of the roof with his thumb. Sasuke and Sakura were completely surprised by Naruto's show of skill. The blonde noticed the look they were giving him. What? I don't know the Shunshin technique that Kakashi used. So I had to improvise, he explains, once again like it was nothing. Kakashi was shocked as well. He didn't think Naruto had any chakra control whatsoever to be able to do something like that. He added that one to the growing list of surprises. All right, now that we're all here, we can introduce ourselves. Sakura turned her head to Kakashi, a quizzical look on her face. How do we do that? Seriously, did this girl just ask him that question? You know, tell us your likes and dislikes, hobbies, dreams for the future, stuff like that, Kakashi explained. It is common courtesy to introduce yourself first, Naruto says, turning to the lazy Jonin, a small grin on his face. Me, I am Kakashi Hitaki. I like things and I dislike things, he says. Dreams for the future. I haven't really thought about it. And I have lots of hobbies, Kakashi finished with an eye smile. Are you kidding? That was totally useless. All he told us was his name, Sakura says, looking towards her peers. Nos cheat serlog Naruto remarks, annoyance in his tone. Sasuke silently agreed. Sakura glares at him. Now you blondie, Kakashi pointed at Naruto. I am Naruto Uzumaki. I like ramen, my friends, and flowers. I dislike fangirling banshees, arrogant snobs who think they deserve respect, just because of their family name, and perverted people who are always late. Naruto makes sure to look everyone straight in the eye, as he mentions the parts that apply to that specific person. My hobbies include training and talking to my friends. Dreams for the future are to have people finally acknowledge my existence in a positive way. Then once I've done that, my dream is to become Hokage and change the village for the better. He finished his introduction, complete seriousness. Everyone there was truly amazed at how much thought Naruto put into what he said. Kakashi came out of his daze a few seconds later. He mentioned something about all of us in his list of dislikes. Geez, this kid is not at all what he expected. Pinky, he says, gesturing to Sakura, your turn. Sakura glared at the Jonin, this time. She hated that nickname. I'm Sekure Haruno. The person I like is Dash, she glances at Sasuke. My hobbies are Dash. She looks at Sasuke again. My dreams, she stares at the boy one last time, squeals, blushes, and hides her face with her hands. Figures. Girls her age are more interested in boys than ninja training. And what do you hate? Kakashi asks, already knowing the answer. Naruto. Sakura growls, once again, glaring at him. Kakashi looks to see how Naruto reacts. She was his crush after all, to his further surprise. Naruto made no indication of even caring about what she said. Guess that was also part of the act. That's another one on the list, he supposed. Now you, the brooding one. My name is Sasuke Uchiha. I dislike a lot of things and don't particularly like anything. What I have is not a dream, Sasuke begins. His voice takes on a darker tone, because I will make it a reality. I'm going to restore my clan and destroy a certain someone. Kakashi and Naruto both figured that was the case. Sakura was thinking about how cool and hot Sasuke was. That was certainly interesting, Kakashi mused. Well, you're each unique and have your own ideas. We'll have our first mission tomorrow. Sakura was surprised. They were already going to be doing a mission. What kind of mission is it, Sensei? It's one all four of us will do together. Kakashi settled on being as vague as possible. What is it? Now Naruto was intrigued. A survival exercise, he responded. Once again, being extremely cryptic. What? I thought we were supposed to do a real mission. Not more practice. We already did that stuff at the academy. That's how we got here. Was this guy for real? Who does he think they are, a bunch of kids? This is not like your previous training, Kakahi replied, giving the group a tiny bit of info to go on. Sakura took on a somewhat smug/snotty countenance. So what kind of training is it then? Kakashi chuckled darkly. This irritated Sakura greatly. Hey, that's a normal question. What's so funny? The man smiled under his mask. Well, if I tell you the answer, you're not going to like it. Sakura was even more confused. Oh, the Jonin elaborated. Of the 27 graduates that just came here, only 9 will actually be accepted as genin. The other 18 will be weeded out and sent back to the academy. In other words, this is a make-it-or-break-it pass-fail test, and the chance that you'll fail is at least 66%. Immediately, Sasuke turned serious. Sakura started freaking out. Naruto looked impassive. Like what Kakashi had just said, did not shock or worry him one bit. Maybe he already knows the point of the test, Kakashi wondered. See, didn't I tell you you wouldn't like it? That's crazy. What was the graduation test for, if we're still not genin? Sakura really did not like the possibility that there was still a chance she could be separated from her Sasuke. Oh, that was just to select the candidates who might become genin or not, Kakashi explained, an apathetic tone to his voice. What? This is ridiculous. There is no way that Sakura will allow Sasuke and her to be split apart. That's how it is. I decide whether you pass or fail. Be at the designated training spot at 5 a.m. and bring your ninja gear. Kakashi scanned the group, gauging their reactions. If Sakura fails, she'll be separated from Sasuke. This is a trial of love, she mused. Sasuke had to pass if he wanted to get stronger. The Raven glanced towards his group mates. Sakura and Naruto better not hold him back. He is not really worried about Naruto, but Sakura is pathetic. This is going to be easy, right, Kurama? Naruto spoke to the beast telepathically. Yeah, probably. That's it. You're dismissed. Oh, tomorrow you better skip breakfast, or else you'll puke, Kakashi added. One last nail in the coffin. He wanted to try one last time, to see if he might possibly get a rise from Naruto. Naruto stood up. Well, I'm not skipping breakfast, or else I won't have enough energy for the mission. After all, it is the most important meal of the day. He was hoping his team would get the hint. Was he trying to get them to eat because he knows what's coming, or is he just plain rebellious? Either way, it doesn't look like they're catching on. Kakashi was starting to wonder about the competence of his 2 other students. Sakura also stood up and chose to scold the blonde by yelling at him. Naruto, don't be stupid. The sensei just told us not to eat, you idiot. Naruto spoke even louder this time. Does it look like I care? I need my energy if we're going to be doing a mission. Yep, he's definitely trying to get them to eat, Kakashi realized. He knows what's going on, but how does he know? Naruto's explanation started to turn the wheels in Sasuke's head. Is he trying to tell them something? Maybe he should eat. Then again, Kakashi did tell them not to. But the way Naruto stressed the words, need, energy, and mission. The next morning, Naruto woke up at around 4 a.m., showered, got dressed in his black umbu pants with wrappings around the ankles almost all the way up to his knees, black shinobi sandals, sleeveless fishnet shirt with a dark orange collar, a black zip-up jacket with a dark red Uzumaki crest. The jacket had 4 pockets. 2 of them were on the inside of the jacket, close to the sleeves on both sides. The other 2 were in the same spot, but they were on the outside. A deep crimson red Uzumaki crest was adorned on the back. He has wrappings on his arms. His weapons pouch was located on his right hip and kunai holster on his lower outer right leg, right above where the wrappings end. He has storage scrolls in his pockets containing his smoke bombs, blast tags, and lightning tags. Finished off with dark orange fingerless gloves that each have a seal right on the metal plates. These seals contain extra shuriken on the right and extra kunai on the left. He was ready for anything. He ate breakfast, performed his workout routine, and headed to the training ground. He really hoped his team took the hint about eating breakfast. He ate breakfast, did his workout routine, and headed to the training ground. He really hoped his team took the hint about eating breakfast. Training ground. Once he got to the training ground, it was about 4:45 a.m. 10 minutes later, Sakura and Sasuke showed up. Sakura was exhausted. Sasuke looked as if he woke up this early every day. 3 minutes went by. Naruto started planning ways to punish Kakashi if he was late. He could zap him with his lightning tags, take his book, and throw it in the water. He must have looked creepy, because after he thought of that option, Sakura and Sasuke inch away from him. Sorry guys, the blonde looked sheepish. I was just thinking of ways to punish Kakashi-sensei. You know, if he was late again. Oh, okay, Sakura said, only slightly more at ease. She was concerned with the sanity of her blonde teammate. HN, Sasuke responded. He honestly did not care. Well, nice to see you too, Sasuke. Right when Naruto was about to start his plan against Kakashi, the man showed up exactly at 5. Good. Looks like he learned his lesson last time. Good thing you're on time. I'd sure hate to have to punish you again, Naruto said in the sweetest voice he could muster. Everyone just took a step back from him once again. Even the Jonin. Yeah, right. He'd love to punish Kakashi again, they all thought. Morning, everyone. Ready for your first day? Kakashi gave them all a nice smile. Sakura could barely function right now. Uh-huh. Well, let's get started. Kakashi set down a clock and pressed the top down to start it. Here we go. It's set for noon. Sakura was more awake after that. Huh. Your assignment is very simple, Kakashi began. You just have to take these bells from me. He motioned to the bells dangling from his hip. That's all there is to it. If you can't get them by noon, you go without lunch. You'll be tied to those posts, and you'll watch while I eat my lunch right in front of you. Sasuke was furious with himself. So that's why, dang it, he should have taken the Dobe's hint. Naruto was right. Sakura couldn't decide what was more astounding, that their teacher would pull such a dirty trick on them, or that the blonde was right about something for once. Kakashi realized they didn't take Naruto's hint to have breakfast. But still, how'd Naruto know? Something didn't make sense to Sakura. Wait a minute, there's 3 of us. How come there's only 2 bells? Kakashi smirked, haha. Well, that way, at least one of you will end up tied to a post and ultimately disqualified for failing to complete the mission. That one goes back to the academy. Then again, all 3 of you could flunk out too, he reminded. You can use any weapons, including, but not limited to, shuriken. If you're not prepared to kill, won't be able to take the bells, he said, giving the group his famous eye smile once more. Only Sasuke or Sakura had any reaction to what Kakashi said. Man, does nothing worry this kid, Kakashi wondered. Then again, it could be because he knows what the test is about. Well, only time will tell. Those weapons are too dangerous, Sensei, Sakura reminds. Sakura, he is a Jonin. He'd probably be able to dodge everything we threw at him. There's a slim chance we'll even be able to touch him, Naruto reminded, trying to reason with her. When I say start, you can beg dash. Kakashi was cut off. Naruto whipped out a kunai, spun it around his fingers, gave it a firm grip, and ran straight for the older male. Before Naruto knew it, the silver-haired Jonin was behind him, holding the same kunai to the back of his head. Sakura was amazed. Kakashi's movements were so fast. She couldn't even see him move. So this is a Jonin. Sasuke was suddenly pumped to fight the instructor. Kakashi sighed. Don't be in such a hurry. I didn't say start yet. Naruto smirked. What dash? Kakashi couldn't finish phrasing the question. Because the Naruto he was holding burst into smoke. Shadow clone, when did he create it? That's funny. I wasn't aware the enemy waited for a start, Naruto said, coming right up beside Sasuke. How did he dash? Sasuke wondered. That was a clone, but it was solid. How is that possible? Just how strong are the dope? That was a solid clone? Sakura didn't even know that was possible either. Kakashi relented. I was told you could do the SCJ, but I didn't even see you do the hand sign. Naruto smirked once more. That's because you weren't using your Sharingan. Kakashi of a Sharingan, aka Copycat Kakashi, master of 1,000 jutsu. Kakashi was truly astounded. What? How did you know about that? I have my ways, Naruto replied, absent-mindedly. This kid continues to surprise and impress him. He'll have to stay on his toes while he fights him. Kakashi vowed never to underestimate Naruto too much. He was still a genin after all, so the boy couldn't be too strong. And yes, you won't be able to read your book while we fight, Naruto spoke up, stunning the Cyclops even more. Audi. The look on your face says it all, sensei, Naruto interrupts with his signature grin. It gives more of a fox-like quality to the boy's appearance. Kakashi figured they should get a move on. Well, Naruto is right. Your enemy won't wait for a start. So start. He threw down a smoke bomb and faded from their view. All the genin present jumped away in separate directions. Third person's POV. Once Kakashi yelled start, both Sakura and Sasuke jumped away and hid. Sasuke in a tree and Sakura under a bush. Ninja must know how to conceal their movements and hide effectively, Kakashi said to no one in particular. Well, they understand that much. They've hidden well. Wait, what's Naruto still standing here for? Jonin wondered. Naruto, I said start. What are you still doing here? Naruto smirked. I know what this test is really about. Oh, and what's that? Kakashi wasn't surprised. He figured that was the case. Naruto was silent for a moment. It's about teamwork, isn't it? Yes, you're right, Kakashi conceded. For curiosity's sake, would you mind telling me how you figured it out? A few things. 1, Naruto says, holding up his pointer finger. Squads are always carried out with 3 genin students and 1 jonin sensei. So why would one of us go back while the others continue? It wouldn't be a full team. 2, he raises another finger. You said, and I quote, of the 27 graduates who just got here, only 9 will be chosen to actually become genin. If that's true, then that means 3 of the teams will pass the test, with all 3 genins on each of said passing teams passing as well. So once again, 1 going back didn't make sense. 3, the blonde raises 1 more finger. There are 2 bells. This is meant to pit us against each other, ultimately sending 1 back to the academy for failing the mission. And as I said before, that doesn't make sense considering the fact that a squad has 3 genin and 1 jonin. Not 2 or 1 genin and 1 jonin. And 4, he raises up 1 last finger. You're a jonin and we're just genin. Alone we don't have any chance at getting a bell. But if we work together, then we might have a chance. Even though he thought he might actually be able to get them himself. Wow, he actually figured it out. Will his team work with him, however? Well, Naruto, you're a lot smarter than I gave you credit for. Kakashi paused for a moment. Even though you know what the test is about, why don't you try to get a bell? All right, he might as well. It's not like there was anything else for him to do. With Sasuke. Sasuke jumped into the tree to hide. He noticed that Naruto and Kakashi were only talking, but he wasn't close enough to hear what they were saying. Naruto came up behind him. How? He didn't even sense the blonde approaching. Hey Sasuke, Naruto said. I think we should work together to get the bells. We'll have a better chance if we help each other. Sasuke understood the blonde's reasoning. His pride got in the way, though. I don't need your help, Dobe. I can do this on my own. Naruto expected that answer. He knew pestering wasn't going to change anything. All right, I'll just go ask Sakura. He poofed away. Was that a shadow clone? Sasuke asked out loud to himself. With Sakura. Sakura was watching from under a bush. Naruto and Kakashi Sensei appeared to be having a conversation. It didn't even look like they were going to fight. Hey Sakura? Naruto came out of nowhere. Don't scare me like that, idiot. Sorry, the blonde apologized. But I think we should work together to get the bells. I tried to ask Sasuke, but he just refused. Why would I work with you? The pinkette questioned angrily. Seriously, you're an idiot. You wouldn't be able to do anything useful. Because we're a team, he reasoned. And we have a better chance at getting the bells if we help each other. So are you in? He decided to give her another opportunity and asked just once more. No. Geez, Naruto, you're so annoying. Naruto burst into smoke. Was that a shadow clone? Sakura questioned. Back to Naruto and Kakashi. Naruto got the memories from his clones, just like he thought they would. Both of them rejected his proposal. Kakashi-sensei? I tried to ask Sasuke and Sakura to team up with me using my clones, and just like I predicted, they said no. Now how am I supposed to pass? I don't know, Kakashi replied. He also figured that would be the outcome. He wasn't exactly sure how to deal with it. I figured Sasuke wasn't going to, because he doesn't think he needs help from anybody in anything. Then Sakura wasn't going to team up with me, unless I convinced Sasuke. Well, at least I tried. The blonde figured they were a hindrance to his shinobi career. Are you ready for our fight? Kakashi pulled out of his thoughts. Sure. Shinobi Battle Techniques Part 1, Taijutsu. Naruto began by running at Kakashi and throwing a weak punch to his face, allowing the instructor to block. Then the blonde tried a kick to the man's stomach, in which case Kakashi grabbed his foot. Naruto then turned to aim another kick to his head, and Kakashi grabbed his other foot. With his hand near the bells, Naruto quickly grabbed and replaced them with rocks that he hinged, transformed to look like the bells. When Kakashi realized what he was doing, he pushed the boy away. Little did he know, he was already too late. This kid is good, Kakashi realized. He actually touched them. Well, Naruto, you're better than I thought. Still, you haven't got the bells. Naruto took out one of his sealing scrolls and unsealed his father's Hiraishin Kunai. He threw it at Kakashi, to which the Jonin dodged, not yet realizing what it was. In an orange flash, Naruto disappeared and reappeared half a second later and kicked Kakashi in the back, sending him flying, using a jutsu Kakashi knew all too well. Naruto made sure to mark him with his formula as his foot connected. Kakashi leaned forward to where his hands could touch the ground. This allowed him to descend into a roll. Then the man turned himself around and ran back towards the blonde, even more surprised than before. How does he know that technique? Kakashi wondered, amazed with the expanding prowess the young Uzumaki was demonstrating. Also, it looks like he's faster than his father. Hey Naruto, where did you learn that jutsu? Naruto knew Kakashi would ask this. Old Man Third gave it to me when I was 6, after I found out about my parents. How'd you find out? Kurama told me. Naruto answers plainly. Who's Kurama? Kakashi asked, having never heard the name before now. The nine-tailed fox, Naruto supplies casually, without any hesitation. Kakashi was beyond confused. What does Naruto know about that? How'd you find out about that? Naruto hesitated. I'd rather not say. Why? What does he not want him to know? How come? Because I don't want you to feel bad for me or pity me. Naruto was getting a little aggravated with all the questioning at this point. If he wanted people to know, he would tell them. They needed to stop pestering him all the time. It was probably from the beatings he got from the villagers, the Jonin figured. Probably a bit of a touchy subject for him. So he'll leave it alone. For now anyway. After that little confrontation, Kakashi knew how great Naruto was on offense. Now how about defense? He came at Naruto with half his speed and strength, and tried to punch him in the head, to which he blocked with his right arm. Next, the silver-haired sensei tried to kick him in the head this time. The move caused Naruto to have to duck. Then Kakashi tried to leg swoop him in an effort to throw the boy off balance. Naruto jumped up, completely avoiding the attack. While in the air, Kakashi threw another kick to his side, propelling Naruto into a tree. Kakashi didn't think the blonde would do that well. Granted, the man was only using half his speed and strength. Still, it was quite the impressive feat. Kakashi, Naruto questioned in a scolding manner. Don't you know it's not good to let your enemy get behind you? What? After Kakashi got over the shock, he kicked the blonde into the tree. Wait. Kakashi looked and saw the Naruto that he kicked vanished in a puff of smoke. It was another shadow clone. Okay, I know you said I wouldn't be able to see the hand sign unless I was using my Sharingan. But when did you find the time to make a clone? Naruto grinned. Simple. You've been fighting one the entire time. Was Naruto serious right now? Naruto laughed. Right before we fought, I used the Korimi replacement jutsu to switch with one of my pre-made clones. Well, that explains it, but what is he doing? Wait, that's the hand sign for a wind jutsu. He shouldn't even have started his elemental training. Not till he's a Chunin at least. Futon de Tapa. Wind release. Great breakthrough, Naruto announced, generating loads of wind chakra. A huge gust of wind started coming from all around Naruto, blasting Kakashi back 20 feet. Then he vanished and kicked Kakashi in the back once again, sending the man back where he came from. Naruto threw the Hiraishin Kunai and appeared above Kakashi's body. The boy slammed the Jonin into the ground with his foot, creating a Kakashi-sized crater. Kakashi climbed out of the hole, bruised and dirted. Just what level are you at, Naruto? There's no way he is just a simple genin. Someone else had to have trained him in order to get this strong. Without any response, Naruto shot out the chakra chains, binding Kakashi around the legs and arms, restricting his movement completely. You know the chakra chains as well? Kakashi paled at the newfound information. Naruto smiled. Yeah, but I'm having trouble maintaining them for longer periods of time, he says before he unbound Kakashi. This action confused the Jonin. Why did Naruto take a bell while he was unable to move? Naruto sighed. Kakashi-sensei, I think I've shown you enough of my skill. So go test Sasuke and Sakura now. Fair enough. All right, I will. Let's hope they're not as strong as Naruto or Kakashi was going to die. With Sasuke. Sasuke was watching Naruto and Kakashi fight, and he is surprised, angry, and amazed all at the same time. Naruto is just beating on Kakashi like a punching bag. Or is he hiding all this power and skill? He's the rookie of the year here, and the dope did better than he could, though he will never admit that aloud. Wait, they've stopped. Now is his chance. Kakashi's guard is down. Sasuke took out 3 shuriken in each hand and hurled them at Kakashi. Right as they hit the man, he was about to jump out and take the bells, but then he saw a log in Kakashi's place. He used a substitution jutsu. Now he knows where he is. Kakashi never let his guard down. It was a trick, and he fell for it. The Uchiha ran to another location. Kakashi was behind a bush. Huh, so that's where he is. With Sakura. Sasuke, where did you go? Sakura didn't want to think that Kakashi-sensei found him. No, he can't capture her, Sasuke. She won't let him. She is walking through the trees when she notices Kakashi standing on the path and ducks behind a bush. Kakashi made no indication that he knew she was there. Phew, he didn't hear her. She was safe. Sakura, behind you, Kakashi announced, crouching behind her. Huh. Sakura looks to her right, and there's Kakashi staring right at her. Ah! Numerous amounts of leaves start flying around, leaving Sakura in a dazed state. Oh my. Huh. Sakura starts freaking out. Someone there? I think I felt something. What was it? What's going on? Sakura, says a disembodied voice, struggling to even speak. Sasuke. She turns and stops when she sees him. Sasakura, help Please help me, he begged, holding out his arm to her, while he was balancing himself on a tree. Sakura whimpers. She screams at the sight of Sasuke, with several kunai stabbed into his body. Then she passes out. Kakashi sighed. I think I overdid it a bit, but she's got to learn to see through these things. Sasuke turned when he heard the scream. HM? Sounded like Sakura. Shinobi Battle Skills Part 2. Jinjutsu. The Illusion Jutsu. Sakura studied it in class, but she still couldn't see it coming, Kakashi remarks, very disappointed at her lack of skill. Sasuke grunted. Jinjutsu. It's just simple mind control. I'm not surprised he caught Sakura with it. But I'm not like Sakura and Naruto. Kakashi got up from where he was leaning against a tree behind the Uchiha. Say that after you get one of these bells. My Sasuke. Hehehe. Kakashi walks towards Sasuke, and they have an intense stare down. Sasuke quickly throws more shuriken right at Kakashi, causing him to jump to the side. The boy then throws one more shuriken at a rope, setting off a trap, launching some kunai at the man. He jumps out of the way, and they embed themselves into a tree. This time Sasuke surprises him by appearing right behind him, trying to kick to his head. Kakashi grabs his leg, and then Sasuke rotates his body to punch Kakashi in the face, to which he blocks. Finally, Sasuke turns his body so his head is down while a kick swings toward Kakashi's head, which the man grabs. Once Kakashi realizes what Sasuke is doing, he pushes him away, right as he touches one of the fake bells. This kid is fierce. I won't be able to read my book now, Kakashi thought, surprised as well at Sasuke's show of skill. Yet he's still not as strong as Naruto. He probably knows it too, just doesn't want to admit it. With Sakura. Sakura woke up and began to freak out from her memory of what happened before she fainted. Sasuke, I saw him. He was on the verge of no. Sasuke, no. You gotta survive, please. Where are you? Back with Kakashi and Sasuke. Well, you are different from the others, I'll grant you that. Sasuke started doing hand signs for a fire jutsu. What? Chunin can't do fire jutsu. It takes too much chakra. There's no way. Gatongo Gakyu no Jutsu. Fire style, fireball jutsu. Sasuke blew a medium-sized fireball from his mouth. He thought it hit Kakashi. He was mistaken, however, when the smoke cleared and there was nothing there. Where'd he go? Behind me, above. The boy was looking in all directions, except one. Where? Came Kakashi's apathetic voice. I'm where you least expect me. Kakashi's hand comes out of the ground and grabs Sasuke's ankle, pulling him under. All that could be heard was Sasuke screaming. Right under your feet. Kakashi bends his knees, crouching down in front of Sasuke. Earth-style headhunter jutsu. Can't move, huh? That was ninjutsu, the third shinobi battle skill. You have talent, and you were right. You're different from the others. But different isn't always better. They say the nail that sticks up is the one that gets hammered down. Kakashi starts walking away. Oh great, he's stronger than Sasuke is. He can't get around that. The boy hears rustling coming from the bushes to his right. Just then, Sakura comes running out and glances at Sasuke. Her eyes go wide at what she sees. HM? Huh? Sasuke looks at her from the hole he was stuck in. Sakura? Sasuke's just a head without a body, and he's talking. She passes out for a second time. And that's my partner, Sasuke deadpants. Time skip. When Sakura woke up again, she was overjoyed to see Sasuke perfectly fine. Sasuke, you're okay. Sasuke tries shoving her off of him. Hey, cut out. Let go. Let go. When she releases him, he stands up and starts walking away. I've got to get a bell before lunch. That doesn't leave much time. Sasuke, you're still trying to get one of those bells? A while ago, I touched one. Next time, I'll get one. Sasuke replies, turning back around. That is really great. I can't believe you did that. You're amazing, Sakura says with the fakest happy tone ever. She couldn't believe it. He touched one of the bells. She'll never get her hands on one of those things. Which means Sasuke will pass, and she won't, and they'll be separated forever. No. It's almost lunch. There's not really enough time left. So maybe we should just give up and then try again next year, she said, trying to discourage him from trying anymore. When she said that, Sasuke turned and glared at her, a memory of his brother popping into his head. I'm the only one who can destroy that person. Sakura had a quizzical look on her face. What? Who? You mean the sensei? That day I was crying, he continued. When were you crying? It was my dash. He couldn't finish his sentence. Sakura was worried for him. What? What happened to you? I am an Avenger. That means I must be stronger than my prey. I need this training. There's no time for setbacks. Ah, just then, the memory of what Sasuke said on the roof came back to her. The alarm sounded, signaling the end of the test. Ugh, I've wasted too much time, he growled. Sasuke. There was a tone of worry in her voice and a look of sadness on her face. In front of post, Kakashi was standing in front of the three kids. Well, looks like none of you were able to get a bell. Naruto looked at him confused. What are you talking about, sensei? I have the bells right here, he says, holding up the two bells. Kakashi gaped. What? But how? When? He looked down, and what he thought were the bells. Instantly, they turned back into rocks and fell to the ground. I took them the first time we spared, Naruto explained. Then I replaced them with those rocks that I tied string to and hinged to look like the bells. That way Sasuke would still think the test is going. I had hoped eventually he'd figure out the meaning of the test, and he'd finally work with me. But that didn't really happen. Naruto was able to get a bell? And what did he mean by figuring out the point of the test? Weren't they just supposed to get a bell? And that was it? Sakura was confused, as per usual. Naruto, so what was the meaning of the test? Naruto stared at her. Aren't you supposed to be the smartest kunoichi in the academy? How could you not figure it out? He reprimands with anger and confusion both evident in his tone. Sakura thought about it for a second, coming up with nothing. I don't know. She doesn't know the answer, but Naruto does. Isn't he supposed to be an idiot? Ja, he's just trying to make Sasuke look inferior, so she'll like him more. Nice try, Naruto, but she's not falling for it. A smug look overtook her face, which to Naruto made her look even less attractive. If that was possible. Naruto relented. If you still don't know the answer, I'll tell you. The point of the test was to use teamwork. Then why would there only be two bells? Naruto, use your head. Even if we did that, one of us would still idiot. Was he really trying to act like he was smarter than her? Kakashi had enough of the girl's attitude. No, Sakura. Naruto is completely right. What? Sakura questioned incredulously. The point of the test was to use teamwork. Naruto had even asked you guys to work with him, and you shot him down. Kakashi leveled the other two genin with a hard stare. Sasuke, because he thinks you guys are beneath him, and you simply because Sasuke wouldn't help. Both you and Sasuke are thinking like kids, like brats. You're not thinking like a ninja. Naruto, will you please explain the test? Sure thing, sensei. Naruto turned to the girl. Sakura. She turned to him, deciding she may as well listen to his explanation. The reason there are only two bells is because he wanted to pit us against each other. He wanted to see if we would put the mission and the team above ourselves. Think about it. One genin cannot hope to have a chance against a jonin, but three would have a better chance. That was the point of the test. In a mission, there may come a time where you need to put your team ahead of the success of a mission. Kakashi elaborated on Naruto's explanation. In the ninja world, people who don't follow the rules are scum. But people who abandon their comrades are worse than scum. See this rock here? He asked, gesturing to a shining silver stone to the left of them. The names of my closest comrades are engraved on it. They died fighting for the village to their last dying breath. While Sasuke and Sakura were busy thinking about what Kakashi and Naruto said, Naruto walked up to Kakashi and put a hand on his shoulder to comfort him. It's okay to cry, Kakashi-sensei. I know how you feel, he said, giving Kakashi a look of understanding. Thank you, Naruto, but I'm not going to cry, even though he didn't want to do this. He was not going to punish Naruto for his selfish and idiotic teammates. At least one of you figure it out and try to get the others to see it. So I guess you pass. Even though he said this, he was seriously doubting it. He wasn't sure if he should have passed all three of them or just Naruto. Was he allowed to pass one student? He didn't know. Oh well, too late now. Team 7 starts its first mission tomorrow, he says with some enthusiasm in his voice and doing the nice guy pose. Even though they passed, Sasuke was infuriated. He didn't pass on his own merits. He only passed so it wouldn't be unfair to Naruto. He had two things on his mind. One, when did Naruto get so strong? And two, how strong is he? He almost defeated Kakashi. He knew Kakashi wasn't using his full strength, but still it was incredible how well he fought. He was right about what he said when he told them he was better than him at the academy. Damn it. Sakura, on the other hand, was overjoyed. She passed, and now gets to stay with her precious Sasuke. Note the sarcasm. /mi sarcasm, not hers. Naruto was both happy and worried. He was happy because now he was an official ninja, but he wasn't sure if Kakashi should have passed him, given he didn't think Sasuke and Sakura were ready. But there's nothing he could do about it now that it's been a month since the bell test. In that time, Squad 7 has done 30D rank missions. Naruto's weights have increased to 70 pounds on his arms and 100 pounds on each leg. This makes his speed with weights almost as fast as Lee without weights. His training regimen has increased to 225 laps around the training ground, 175 one-handed push-ups each arm, and 350 sit-ups. He has the same attire as mentioned in previous chapters. His taijutsu is at high Jonin level, meaning he can almost best Kakashi in a fight. Fuinjutsu is at mid-apprentice level, allowing him to combat certain seals such as Orochimaru's curse mark. His chakra control has reached mid-Jonin level. He is able to battle on water for 2 hours or on a tree for 4 hours. His ninjutsu is high Jonin. Jutsu include Futon, Daitapa, Futon, Wind Needles, Futon, Explosion Bunshin, Flying Hiration, and Chakra Chains. His hand seal speed is at a point where only a Mangekyo Sharingan can read them. Jinjutsu is mid-Chunin, allowing him to create, detect, and release EB-level Jinjutsu. Konoha, third person's POV. In the village of Konoha, we find Team 7 chasing a mysterious shadow. Crow here. I'm in position, Sasuke says over the intercom. Howler here. I'm also in position. Sakura's voice follows the boys. Fox. I'm in position, Naruto says after a few seconds. You're slow, Naruto, Kakashi reprimands over the speaker. That's because this mission is boring, the blonde explained in a lazy tone. I agree with Naruto, Sasuke says, shocking the entire team. Wow, that's a first, Naruto replies, not even bothering to hide his shock. Kakashi decided to get back on task. Whatever is the target in sight. Naruto looked out in front of him. He could see a small shadow sitting behind a bush. Yes, ready to act on your command. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Kakashi directed over the earphone. All 3 genin jumped to the shadow, intent on capturing it. Naruto was the first to get to it, due to his superior speed. The target started freaking out, until the blonde began stroking its back soothingly, calming it down. While Naruto did this, he placed one of his seals on the target's back. Kakashi always hated this mission and wanted to get it over with as fast as possible, so he was quite thankful for Naruto's superior speed. Positive ID. Is there a red bow on the left ear? Affirmative. Lost cat Tora retrieved. Naruto looked up towards his 2 partners. It looked like they felt a little out of place, having done nothing to help. Thank goodness, the Jonin thought. Good, let's head to the mission room. Hokage Tower, third person's POV. Naruto knocked on the door, waiting for a come-in. When he heard one, the boy strolled into the room with his team, and what they saw shocked the Hokage and Irika. In Naruto's arms was Tora, the cat that never took a liking to anybody, asleep peacefully in his arms. Lost cat Tora, mission success, Hokage-sama, Kakashi says, walking in the room behind the blonde. Well, Naruto, I'm impressed, the third Hokage said, his lips turning up into a smile. That cat is never comfortable with anyone. Irika was curious. Do you have experience with cats, Naruto? Nope, the blonde answered simply. Well then, you must just be a natural, the third decided, choosing not to think too deeply about it. Maybe it has to do with my tenant, Naruto hypothesized. Could be, the old man concurred. Sasuke and Sakura were confused about what Naruto and the third meant by the blonde's tenant. They put it in the back of their minds, figuring they could ask him later. Naruto handed the cat to the fire daimyo's wife, and it immediately started freaking out. Team 7 was confused until the women began to smother the cat to death in her rather large breast. The woman gave the money to the Hokage and left the room. No wonder it ran away, Sasuke commented under his breath. Poor thing. If she was the cat, she would probably run away all the time too. Don't worry, I'll save it, Naruto says, confusing every person in the room. They shrugged it off and continued. The third gave them their pay and began to read off other D-rank missions. Now we have babysitting, picking potatoes, installing a Fei dash. The man was cut off from a scream coming from the hallway outside the door. It was the wife of the fire daimyo. No, Tora, come back. Or you can capture Tora again, the third suggested, laughing quietly under his breath. Before anyone could speak up, Naruto disappears and reappears with Tora in his arms. I got her. Irika's eyes widened to impossible sizes. That was fast. How did you do that? Naruto looked towards his former teacher. The Hiratian seal I put on Tora's back when I caught her. I wasn't aware that you knew that jutsu, Naruto, Irika said, surprised. He still thought Naruto was the dead last. Naruto stared at him for a couple seconds, blinking every now and then. Yap, Ido. Right as he was handing Tora to the women once again, the animal disappeared, leaving everyone speechless. The wife of the fire daimyo was the one to break the silence. Where'd she go? Naruto stared blankly, in an effort to mask the fact that the cat disappearing was his doing. I don't know, he replied. He was lying through his teeth, an action only Kakashi and the third noticed. A/N. He sealed Tora into his mindscape, if anyone was wondering. Well, back to the story. The women left the room. It is not every day that your pet vanishes into thin air. She most likely was never going to see the creature ever again. The third couldn't believe Naruto actually pulled that stunt. At least there won't be any negative repercussions for the boy's actions. Okay, well, where were we? Oh yes, missions. We have installing a fence, walking the dash. Naruto interrupted. With all due respect, Hokage-sama, I think my team and I are ready for a higher rank mission. Irika was outraged. That's absurd. You three just became genin. So D ranks are the appropriate missions for you to handle. Naruto sighed. Don't get me wrong. I understand the importance of these missions, like how they teach us life skills. That way we'll be able to spy on our enemies under the guise of a gardener or a maintenance person. But I sincerely believe my team and I are ready for AC rank. His calm rationale surprised everyone. They're still getting used to the real Naruto. Even though the third knew of Naruto's real personality, he was still impressed with the boy's educated response. All right, Naruto. He smiled. I'll give you a C rank mission. Irika couldn't believe what he was hearing. What? Hokage-sama, if I may intrude, they are not RE8-. The old man interrupted the Chunin. If Naruto wishes to prove his worth to us, I say we let him, especially now that he's actually being himself. What is that supposed to mean? Irika wondered. What do you mean, now that he's actually being himself? Naruto, who was watching the conversation between his old teacher and grandfather figure, decided to intervene at this moment. Oh yeah, you don't know. Well, let me clear this up. The me you knew in the academy was an act. It was pretty much the polar opposite of me. Irika gaped, barely able to mutter a coherent thought. That can't be true. It's true, both Sasuke and Kakashi exclaimed, confirming Naruto's statement. Sakura was still unsure. She was sure the blonde's facade would diminish if enough time went by. Then he would go back to his same idiotic self. Irika was flabbergasted with this new info. What? He couldn't believe the boy he had known in the academy was a fake. It had to be a lie. No way would the blonde be able to be that deceptive at such a young age. Kakashi decided to prove it to the Chunin. Irika had to believe it if the words came from him. Naruto is actually the only reason his team passed the bell test. He got the point right away and tried to act on it. But Kakashi gave a subtle glare towards the Raven and the Pinkette. Sasuke and Sakura refused to team up with him. He also got the bells. They passed because I didn't think it would be fair for Naruto to only have failed because of his teammates. Kakashi explained, hoping that assured the scarred-faced man. Irika didn't know what to think anymore. Wow, I need a minute. Well, since that's true. Sasuke, Sakura. I'm very disappointed, he said, a frown directed at his two former students. Had he taught them nothing? Damn it. Sasuke was supposed to be the best, and now something as simple as catching a stupid cat, Naruto, still does better than him. How the hell is he supposed to defeat Itachi when Naruto is better than him at everything? Sakura was about to lose her patience with the situation. Naruto was not as great as they were making him out to be. It was a joke. If anything, the blonde was just trying to make Sasuke look bad. That way, she will like him better. Sorry, Naruto, it won't work. Her heart belongs to Sasuke. Sakura, Naruto called, pulling the girl out of her head. Sakura glared at him. What do you want, Baka? Naruto wanted to seriously smack that pathetic excuse for her anger off the girl's face. But he restrained himself. If you're thinking that I'm just trying to make Sasuke look bad, so you'll like me, you can chill. I don't care if you like him more than me. I'm just trying to be myself. Sakura stopped glaring, too shocked to do anything but stare. How did you know that? The blonde shook his head and looked at her like she was an idiot. Because I know you. You may not know me, but I know you. I will tell you this, however. If you want to be serious about being a kunoichi, you need to focus more on your training and less on trying to impress Sasuke. Sakura had no words. Well, what do you know, Naruto? Sasuke will always be better than you. Who does this boy think he is? Talking to her like that. Naruto was too annoyed to pester her anymore. If she wanted to stay useless, that was fine with him. Okay, don't say I didn't warn you. Kakashi was only slightly surprised with the blonde. While that confirms his crush on Sakura was also an act. The same thought was going through everybody else, but Sakura's mind. The third brought things back to the task at hand. Now that that's been dealt with about your C-rank mission, please send the client in, thank you, he announces into the microphone on his desk. A man looking to be in his 40s with a scruffy beard, hat, and a bottle of sake walked into the room with a scowl on his face. These are the strong ninja I hired to protect me? They all look like useless brats, especially the short one with untamed hair. The man says, disbelief in his face and tone. When he finished insulting the team's competence, a kunai flew through the air and pinned his hat to the wall. You shouldn't judge a book by its cover, Naruto says, authority in his tone. The silver-haired Jonin paled. Naruto, what are you doing? We're supposed to protect the client, not kill High Dash. Naruto cut him off. You misunderstand Kakashi-sensei. I'm merely confirming our ability to protect the client. I have no intention of harming him in any way, unless he's still not convinced. He turned his head back towards the old drunk. I'm convinced, the man assured fearfully. He didn't want to think of whatever else Naruto was capable of. Naruto grinned, glad he got the man's respect, even if he had to frighten the guy to get it. Good. So who are you? The man sighed, relieved that nothing more would be done to him. I'm the Super Master Bridge builder Tazuna. I expect you to protect me until I get back home and finish building my bridge, even if it costs you your lives. Tazuna's eyes took on a depth of darkness that wasn't being concealed at all. Naruto and Kakashi narrowed their eyes, suspicious of the man. Their lives. It's AC rank. Should just be bandits and thieves after him. Something is not right. All right, Squad 7. Pack for a 2-week trip and meet up at the village gates in 1 hour, Kakashi commands, his infamous eye smile in place. Naruto vanishes to his house to pack, while Sasuke and Sakura had to run to their homes to pack their stuff. Naruto's house. Once he appeared in his room, Naruto placed a couple more scrolls with extra Hiraishin kunai, smoke bombs, poison bombs, and lightning tags into his backpack. Sakura's house. Sakura was in her room, contemplating on what to bring on the mission. At first, she started to pack a couple weapons and some hair products. Then she remembered what Naruto said. She chose to ignore it in the end. She thought he was an idiot and didn't know what he was talking about. Sasuke's house. Sasuke packed the remainder of his weapons available at his disposal, such as kunai, shuriken, and blast tags into his backpack. He doesn't think he needs much given the fact that he's an Uchiha, but he figured better to be safe than sorry. He's got to thank Naruto for what he told Sakura. Hopefully now, she'll get off his back. Sasuke needs to come up with a way to get stronger than the blonde, though. The Uchiha decided he was going to ask Kakashi to train him one-on-one. He was determined to become the most powerful out of anyone. It was the only way he would defeat Itachi. Village Gate, 55 minutes later. Everyone was here except Sakura and Naruto. Tazuna grumbled in annoyance. "Where are those kids of yours? We need to get to my country. The longer we wait, the more precious time we're losing." He seems rather anxious about a C-rank mission. Kakashi knew there had to be something up with this guy. "They'll be here. Don't worry. On the first day I met them, Naruto made it clear not to be late to anything involving him, or he'll prank you. So I doubt he'd be late himself." Tazuna was confused. Who cares if he pulls a simple prank? What's the big deal? Kakashi laughed. "Believe me, Tazuna, you absolutely do not want to be pranked by Naruto. In our village, he is known as the prankster king from hell." Tazuna paled. "You gotta be kidding me. That brat." Naruto smirked. "It's true, Tazuna-san," he announces, startling everybody, appearing behind Kakashi. Tazuna's heart skipped a beat. "Where'd you come from?" Naruto grinned and pointed to the top of the forest area. "I've been here the entire time. I was just sitting up in that tree waiting for Sakura." He turned to his teacher. "I'm disappointed in your sensory abilities, Kakashi-sensei," he said in a jokingly scolding manner. Kakashi was bewildered. How'd he evade his detection? Exactly how strong is the Uzumaki? At that point, Sakura decided to show up. Naruto turned his attention to the pinkette. "You were almost late. You do remember what happens when someone is late on me, don't you, Sakura?" She gulped, thinking about what happened the last time. Flashback. Team 7 was meeting in Training Ground 7 at 8:30 for some teamwork exercises. It was now 8:45. Naruto growled. "Sakura is in for a treat when she gets here. I thought I warned you guys. No tardiness when it comes to anything involving me." The girl in question came running up to the group. "Sorry I'm late, Naruto. Please don't prank me. I had to do my hair." Naruto's fox grin adorned his face. It was the look he gave that promised misfortune was coming one's way. Too late. Sakura started to tense up. "What do yo dash?" She didn't get to finish her sentence. Naruto appeared right behind her and kicked her into a net. It was raised to the top of the tree, where there was a bucket of paint spilled on her, turning her hair dark green. Naruto cut up the bottom of the net, causing her to fall into a pile of leaves. Finally, he performed his wind jutsu, futon, de tappa, ultimately messing up her hair in the end. Sakura glared at the boy. "Are you kidding me? It took her an hour for her to get herself looking that nice." Naruto glared back. "If you're ever late again, and your excuse is as petty as doing your hair, it'll be worse next time," he says with a threatening voice that shut her up. "Now are you going to be late again?" Sakura shrunk backwards and waved her hands in surrender. "No, I promise I won't." Naruto smiled, going back to his happy self. "Good. Now let's get to our teamwork exercises." Sasuke paled at the sight of Sakura. Man, if that's what he does to Sakura, Sasuke would hate to see what he'd do to him. Flashback end. Team 7, besides Naruto, shivered at the memory. Tazuna was now even more frightened of what Naruto could do to him. Naruto brought back the focus. "Well, let's get on with it, shall we?" They started walking to the land of waves. Eventually, Sakura began questioning Tazuna about his country. "Tazuna-san," the old man looked down at the girl, wondering what she wanted. "Uh-huh. You come from a land of waves, right?" Tazuna stared at her. "Yeah? What of it? I'm just curious. Aren't there ninja there?" Kakashi interjected before Tazuna could get in an answer. "Actually, quite the contrary, Sakura. You see, There are no ninja in the land of waves. In other countries, however, there are hidden villages, each with their own different customs and cultures, where ninja reside. To the people of this continent, the existence of shinobi means strength, military strength. In other words, that's how they protect themselves and maintain the balance of power with neighboring countries. The ninja villages are not controlled by any government. They're independent and have equal status. Now, a small island, like the land of waves, has natural protection from the sea, so there's no need for a ninja village. The 5 ancient lands that possess shinobi villages are the lands of fire, water, lightning, wind, and earth. They each occupy vast territories. Together, they are known as the 5 great shinobi nations. The land of fire has the village hidden in the leaves, the land of water, the village hidden in the mist, the land of lightning, the village hidden in the clouds, the land of wind, the village hidden in the sand, and the land of earth, the village hidden in the stones. Only the leaders of these hidden villages are permitted the name Kage, which means shadow. Hokage, Mizukage, Reikage, Kazekage, Tsuchikage, these are the leaders, the 5 shadows that reign over thousands of ninja. Huh? Then Lord Hokage is really important, Sakura exclaimed, a huge smile on her face. Is that old man really such a big deal? She wasn't buying it. Kakashi knew her real thoughts. Hey, you just doubted Lord Hokage, didn't you? That's what you were thinking. Wasn't it, Sakura? Her whole body started shaking. No, she answered frightfully. Kakashi smiled at her, not really caring what Sakura thought. It doesn't change anything. Well, anyway, there are no ninja battles in a C-rank mission, so you can relax. Instantly, Sakura felt the feeling of relief wash over her. So we're not going to run into any foreign enemy ninja or anything like that. Kakashi chuckled mildly. Not likely, although Tazuna does seem worried. He'll have to keep an eye out for anything suspicious. A couple hours later, they pass a puddle on the side of the road. A puddle on a clear day like this when it hasn't rained for 2 weeks. Hold up a second, guys. I want to see something, Naruto says, walking toward the puddle. Oh, now what? Sakura was already aggravated with the blonde's antics. Naruto, what are you doing? The boy ignored her. He reached the puddle and placed one of his lightning tags into the center. Everyone was clearly confused until the puddle turned into 2 people who were being electrified. That wore off after 20 seconds or so. With speed, Naruto didn't expect the 2 figures whirled around him and wrapped their chains around Kakashi, pulling on it and ripping him to shreds. Sensei, Sakura screamed after witnessing the man's untimely demise. Now it's your turn, brat. Both the figures turned to the blonde, wanting revenge for him electrocuting them. They charged at Naruto. They were about to wrap their chains around the blonde, but he vanished from view. Half a second later, he reappeared behind the 2 ninja and Chakra kicked them into a tree, knocking them out cold. You can come out now, Sensei. What are you talking about, moron? Sensei is dead. We watched him get torn to shreds. Sakura recalled. Kakashi came out of his hiding spot from the trees above the group. I'm not dead, Sakura, the man said, showing up right behind her. Good job, Naruto. Great work. Sasuke kept getting angrier and angrier. He didn't even get a chance. Naruto totally beat those Chunin with 1 kick. How strong is he? Sakura glared at the Cyclops. So why were you hiding, Sensei? Were you trying to get us killed? Kakashi sighed. He was tired of this girl's obnoxious attitude. No, I wanted to see how strong you've gotten. I must say, I'm disappointed in you guys. Except you, Naruto. Next time, leave some fighting for your teammates, okay? He gave an open-eye smile. Then he turns his gaze onto Tazuna. Something you want to tell us. Like, why are there ninjas after you? Tazuna relented, having no choice but to tell the truth. All right, Fine. Do you know a man by the name of Gato? Kakashi blinked. Gato, as in Gato the shipping magnate. Yes, that's the one. About a year ago, he came to our land and took control of the ports. So everyone, even our lord, is poor. We couldn't afford a higher rank mission. Kakashi understood the man's plight. Even so, this has left the mission parameters. This is now at least a B rank mission. We have to go back. Sakura turned toward Tazuna, a sad look on her face. I'm sorry, but we're only genin. We don't have the skills for this kind of mission. Naruto decided differently. I'm gonna keep going. Really? Kakashi mused. Naruto, I know you're strong, but you can't do this by yourself. I also can't leave someone alone when they need help. This bridge is a sign of hope for him and the people of Wave. If I don't help, they're going to starve. I can't go back. I'm sorry. It seems I won't be able to change your mind. So I guess we're coming too. Though be warned, the next ninja will most likely be a Jonin. Naruto smiled gratefully. All right, let's go, Mr. Tazuna. Tazuna felt blessed to have this kid helping him. Not because the blonde was getting paid, but because he genuinely wanted to. Thank you so much. Naruto shrugged it off. No problem. CH5, ambushed on the road to Wave. A couple hours later, Naruto and the gang are still walking towards the land of waves when they come across a man and his boat. Tazuna walked over to the man who was currently standing in the small canoe. Sanji, can you take us across the river, please? The man, now known as Sanji, smiled. Of course, Tazuna, he answered, but I'll be using the oars. It is vital that we remain as quiet as possible. All right, thank you. Tazuna stepped into the boat. Kakashi, Sakura, Sasuke followed suit, entering the boat as well. Naruto, on the other hand, stood still. He stayed on land and just glared at the mode of transportation. It was as if the object had personally wronged him. Kakashi was confused. Naruto, are you okay? Get in the boat. No way, I'll walk, Naruto replies, disdain in his voice. Naruto, quit being stupid and get in the boat. Sakura says, somehow being loud and quiet at the same time. Naruto was adamant. No thanks, I'm good. He walks out onto the water as if it was land, shocking everyone, even Kakashi. Naruto, how are you able to do that? Sasuke was jealous that there was another ability that Naruto possessed that he himself did not. The blonde wasn't even showing off at the moment. He really did not think it was such a big deal. It's just a chakra control technique. The boy shrugs. Sensei can do it too. Kakashi was still amazed. Yes, but not for very long. I am curious, Naruto. How long can you do it? Just a few hours, the blonde answers nonchalantly. That's amazing. His chakra reserves and control are way above even the most elite Jonin. Well, since you can maintain it, I guess you won't need the boat. Let's go, Sanji. The man complied. All right, but remember, we must be really quiet. Time skip under bridge. Kakashi held Tazuna to his end of the bargain. So, Tazuna, tell us more about the situation with Gato. The bridge builder tensed up, hoping that the sensei had forgotten. Well, he came here about a year ago, along with all the goons and rogue ninja he hires. Then he took control of the ports, seizing all of our assets. Everything clicked into place for Naruto. That makes sense, given the fact that your country is surrounded by water. Taking over the ports gives someone complete control over what goes out and what comes in, allowing him to cut off trade and make the country itself incredibly poor. Tazuna was relieved someone understood. Yes, that's why I'm building my bridge, so we can once again trade with neighboring countries and return Wave to its status of prosperity in the nation's economy. But won't Gato just take control of the bridge as well? Granted, Naruto figures he could easily get rid of the man and his thugs, but he wasn't sure how Kakashi would feel about that outcome. Tazuna looked sheepish. I was kind of hoping you guys could take care of him as well. Our mission was just to protect you while you finished building your bridge, but I'll think about taking care of Gato. Naruto was right. Kakashi was not keen on the idea of having to kill someone on his team's first outing from the village, but he might end up having to forego that train of thought. Thank you, Kakashi-sensei. The boat captain was getting annoyed. Chill. Quiet down, he demands in a whisper. Sorry, Tazuna says quietly this time. 20 minutes later, Naruto and the gang arrive on shore, and start walking toward Tizuna's place. 2 minutes later, Naruto stops and throws a kunai into a bush, scaring Sakura and causing a bunny to jump out in fright. Naruto, what are you doing? Stop showing off. Naruto ignored her. That bunny is still in its winter coat. Shouldn't it be brown by now? Which means it's been kept indoors. A substitution. There's a whooshing sound in the air. Everybody duck. Both Kakashi and Naruto instructed, having the same revelation. Naruto pulled Sakura and Sasuke to the ground, while Kakashi grabbed Tizuna. Just in time, too. A giant sword flew right over their heads and lodged itself in a tree. Naruto looked up and saw a figure standing on a massive hilt staring down at them. He recognized him from a bingo book that Kurama had him study. Zabuza Momochi, aka Demon of the Bloody Mist. I should have known it would be you. Zabuza was momentarily shocked that this simple genin knew who he was, but he showed no sign of it. So, one of the genin is competent after all, he says, mocking the blonde, trying to rile him up. Naruto kept a calm demeanor and went to attack. However, Kakashi cut him off with an arm in front of him. No, Naruto. This is an S-ranked Jonin level ninja. It's too dangerous, Kakashi says to his blonde genin, even though he had an inkling that Naruto could beat him. But the sensei didn't want to take any chances that he could be wrong. I'll face him. He pulled up his headband, revealing his Sharingan.